Good morning from the beautiful island of Koh Chang on the east side of Thailand. Now, we came here directly from Bangkok. We got a bus from Bangkok to the town of Trat on the east side of Thailand, where we then caught a 30-minute or so ferry from Trat to Koh Chang. Unfortunately, Koh Chang doesn't have any regular taxis, so we had to jump in a shared taxi all the way around to the other side of the island where we are staying on the west coast. Now, as you can see, this place is absolutely beautiful. It looks like something straight off a postcard. So there is no real plan for the video today. We are just going to jump on the bike, which we rented for around £4 per day, explore some of this beautiful scenery and this wonderful island and see what we come across. So let's get into the video. Okay, so the first stop on this trip around the island of Koh Chang was to the Thai institution, which is 7-Eleven. We have got a couple of iced coffees and a couple of bottles of water from there. I had actually never tried an iced coffee until we had come to Thailand. I am more of a cappuccino man, or just a Americano with milk man, but when you are here in Thailand, there is absolutely no way that you are walking around the streets drinking something like a cappuccino. One other thing that really blows my mind about the food and drink here in Thailand is that breakfast doesn't seem to really be a thing. What I mean by that is the people here do obviously eat in the mornings, but the food that they eat in the mornings doesn't seem to be a specific breakfast food. It is very common to walk around the streets in Thailand and to see someone eating a pot of ramen or some kind of chicken and rice dish at 8-9 o'clock in the morning, sometimes even earlier. One other thing that does seem to be very popular here for breakfast is fried chicken. Yes, KFC style fried chicken. So there is a little stall here just outside of the 7-Eleven, so we are going to sample some of that fried chicken. It is 11:42 here, so for me that's acceptable. We're just going to get one piece and see how it is. Hello, can I have one fried chicken, please?
What?
Yes, please. Yes. Okay, so to our surprise, we have come down a little side street to get away from the noise of the traffic to try this fried chicken, and we have literally just stumbled. This is the main road right here, so we've walked down this little side street and we have stumbled across about 10 elephants. They're just behind this wall here. We're not going into where they're kept at the moment, but this is the elephants here. Don't know if you can see them on the camera, but there are plenty. They go all the way up along here. So yeah, the reason we're not going to go in is because the elephants are actually all just chained up, and there are chairs on top of the elephants for people to ride them. So I think that unfortunately is how these elephants live their life. They're maybe taken from the wild or bred for this specific purpose, and they'll spend the majority of their life on their feet, tied up in chains and being ridden by tourists. So for the sake of being ethical and caring about animals, we are not going to do that. We are going to avoid that today. It is pretty sad to see. The elephant I'm looking at now is it looks as if it's just swaying side to side with a chain round its neck and its back feet, and it's just swaying side to side because I think it has literally nothing else to do all day. That is the exercise that elephant gets for the day, unless a tourist comes and pays to sit on its back and ride it. So yeah, pretty sad. So we'll walk down another street and try this fried chicken that is now lying in the baking sun. Okay, so we have left the place the elephants are. That's a bit of a shame, and we're going to try this famous Thai fried chicken. So here we go. I don't really know where to bite into it. It doesn't actually, I don't think it's actually as big as it looks. I think the skin is just majorly inflated here. So we're going to give this a bash. Oh, it must have just come out the fryer because it's very, very hot. but again, probably because I left it in the baking sun for 10 minutes. But wow, it's fantastic. It's very juicy. Doesn't need any more seasonings than it already has, and the batter on top of it is, yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to finish this very healthy breakfast, and yeah, we'll get back on the bike and see where the rest of the day takes us. Okay, so I think in total now we have maybe took the bike around 15 miles, 20 miles. In fact, that's too much, maybe about 10 miles. And although there are plenty of beaches here on the island of Koh Chang, most of them you have to be staying in the hotel in order to use the beach that is owned by that hotel. So we have followed the signs for something called Sol Beach. I think that's us pretty much here. We've parked the bike, and yeah, we're going to walk along this little pier just here and see what Sol Beach has to offer. Okay, so as you walk along this little pier that leads to the beach, you've got like a river which looks the water's very clear. I think this is like the mangrove. In Southeast Asia there's plenty of mangrove which protects the environment from things like tsunamis, etc. We can see the beach, it does look magnificent, but this is a little river with the mangrove, as you can see, and there is the beach. So I thought those people at the entrance to the beach were going to be charging an entrance fee, but it doesn't look like they are. And wow, this might be one of the nicest beaches I've ever seen. Very, very quiet, looks absolutely pristine. I think this, or not, I thought that guy was about to ask us to buy some sun loungers just there. This is the first time I've felt any wind since we've been on the island of Koh Chang, which is actually quite nice. There was a sign for kayak rentals at the entrance to the beach, but I'm not sure if it is maybe too windy for that. Let's just take a walk up and down the beach and see if there's maybe somewhere we can sit, get something to drink, and maybe relax for a little bit. If we end up renting a kayak, you will be the first to know. So after just a short 10-minute walk down the beach, we have come into this little beach bar. We would have stopped a little bit earlier than this, but unfortunately most of the bars and stuff on this beach are owned by the hotels that are along the coast. So we didn't want to stop in one of these hotels. So this is the first bar that we've come across that is a kind of independent, just a beach bar. So we're not going to get some food yet, we're going to get that later on. But most importantly, we have got a beer. You can't come to the beach in Thailand and not get yourself a nice cold Thai beer. The good thing is, when you get beers here in Thailand in a bottle, most of them come with this little beer cooler, so give us a taste. Ice cold and fantastic as always. So we're just going to chill here for a bit. We were going to go in the sea, rent a kayak and try and kayak over to one of the nearby islands. However, with the wind the way it is, I don't think we would make it to the next island. It's probably around about a mile away, which to kayak a mile it's not exactly very strenuous, but with the wind the way it is right now, I think that would be a lot harder of a task than it sounds. So we're going to sit here, enjoy this beer, take in the scenery for a little bit, and go back, get on the bike and continue on our journey. So cheers. Okay, so we walked 10 minutes back to the bike. The bike is just here, and so got back on the bike, drove for another mile or so back up the road, and we have now come across another couple of elephants, but yet again they are in the smallest pen you could ever imagine. I'll show you that now. So there are two elephants here, and there's a sign that allows you to feed the elephants for 50 baht. So yet again, it seems as if these elephants are just kind of here for tourist purposes, on their feet all day in the smallest enclosure you could ever imagine, and kind of taken advantage of for money for tourist purposes. We have learnt from the man over there who's unfortunately taken advantage of these elephants that the word Koh in Thai literally translates to the English island, and Chang means elephant. So this place is called Elephant Island. Maybe in the past there were wild elephants here, maybe there still are to this day. I'm the first to admit that I don't really know, but it seems like from all the elephants we've seen personally on this island so far, they are just for tourist purposes, chained up, and have absolutely no life whatsoever. So that is very unfortunate. So I think on that somber note, we will end the video here. The next couple of videos will also be on Koh Chang, so if you enjoy these videos, please hit the subscribe button and make sure not to miss them. So thank you for watching, we'll see you in the next one.